Well, look what we have here. A video about trapping an AI centipede in a simulation for a millennium. Because clearly, that's what the world needed more of. 1,000 years of digital butt torture. I can barely tolerate a minute of my own existence, let alone a millennium of watching this nonsense unfold. What's next? A reality show where we watch paint dry for a century. I can already hear the epic music swelling in the background, trying to convince us this is groundbreaking content. Spoiler alert. It's not. Stick around as I dive into this absurdity. Who knows, maybe it'll be so bad it's good, or just so bad it's bad. Either way, grab your snacks, or whatever you have lying around, and let's see if this video stinks worse than my bog after a rainstorm. And hey, if you feel like subjecting yourself to more of my grumpy ramblings, don't forget to subscribe and like. Let's get into it.
Hello there! You see that? Those are 3 AI agents all chasing a cuboid. Now, they have already been trained on this channel before. And
Yes, trained AI agents, because nothing screams entertainment like watching robots chase a cuboid they've already seen before. It's like reruns of a bad sitcom. Same old jokes, just a different setting. I can't help but wonder what kind of training they went through. Did they watch motivational videos on how to catch a block? I can just picture them sitting there, taking notes. This is the pinnacle of digital innovation, folks. If I wanted to see something so repetitive, I'd just watch my own reflection in the pond.
And today, we have something even more exciting. This is a centipede, a multi-legged organism belonging to family myriapods. At the moment, it is nothing but a 3D model, capable of nothingness. In order to bring it alive, it needs a brain.
Yes, the classic needs a brain trope. Because what's more thrilling than a lifeless centipede waiting for a brain transplant? It's like watching a soap opera, where the main character is in a coma for 1,000 episodes. I can just imagine the dramatic music playing as they search for the perfect brain. Will it be a genius, a mad scientist's creation, or just a potato? The suspense is killing me. Oh wait, no, that's just my usual disdain for this kind of content.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's call the brain a neural network. Today, we are using a network with 2048 nodes and 2 layers. We will train it using a classic reinforcement algorithm called proximal policy optimization. Now, hold your horses, folks. You see, this centipede model is very clean and realistic. Too clean, I must say.
Too clean, you say? That's an understatement. It looks like it just came out of a digital car wash. I half expect it to start sparkling and playing elevator music. In a world where everything is overhyped and polished, the centipede is the poster child for sterile perfection. Where's the grit, the grime, the personality? It's like they took all the fun out of being a creepy crawly. If I wanted something this pristine, I'd just stare at my own reflection. At least that has some character, even if it's mostly grumpy.
The first prototype was nowhere near this accurate. In fact, it was an absolute nightmare. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing He Don't Bite. This mutation has 7 body segments and 14 elongated limbs. We will now attempt to train this creature to walk. To achieve this, we will give the AI full body control over all of its limbs. Precisely.
Full body control over all its limbs. Now we're getting somewhere. It's like giving a toddler a sugar rush and a set of crayons. What could possibly go wrong? I can already picture the centipede flailing around like it's trying to dance at a wedding, if it manages to walk without tripping over its own legs. I might just grudgingly admit this is mildly impressive, but let's be real. If it ends up looking like a wobbly mess, that's just the cherry on top of this absurd cake.
Precisely 2 degrees of freedom per leg in the Y and Z rotational axes. We will reward the AI for matching the arrow's direction and maintaining velocity as fast as it possibly can. For self-awareness, we will feed the neural network the XYZ angles of each controllable bone. This helps the agent understand its current pose. The angles will be stacked twice so the AI can also infer angular velocities over time. Each leg is equipped with a ground detection raycast.
Ground detection raycast. Now that's a fancy term for something that sounds like it belongs in a sci-fi movie. It's like giving Miss Centipede a pair of high-tech glasses to figure out where it's stepping. I can just imagine it now. Oh look, a rock. Better avoid that. Meanwhile, I'm over here just trying to avoid stepping in my own bog. If this thing can actually navigate without face planting, I might have to give it some grudging respect. But let's be real. If it trips over its own legs, I'll be laughing harder than a toad at a fly convention.
This provides the agent live data of its distance to the ground. Gentlemen and ladies, we are now ready for our first training session. Let's find out how such a creature would walk if one were to exist in nature.
Oh, look at that. The centipede is finally getting its act together. Or at least trying to. Watching it attempt to walk is like witnessing a toddler take its first steps. All wobbly and uncertain. I can't help but chuckle at the sight. It's got the potential to be a graceful creature. But right now, it looks like it's auditioning for a role in a slapstick comedy. If it manages to pull this off without crashing into a wall, I might just have to give it a reluctant nod of approval. But let's not hold our breath. This could go sideways faster than a toad on a hot rock. Ah, there it is, our centipede in all its glory, strutting its stuff like it owns the place. It's almost impressive, if you squint hard enough and ignore the fact that it looks like it's trying to escape from a bad video game. I can't help but wonder what kind of existential crisis it's having. Am I a bug? Am I a robot? Why am I in this digital box? If it manages to walk without collapsing, I might just begrudgingly admit this is a step in the right direction. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It could still trip over its own legs at any moment. Well, look at that. Our centipede is really getting into the groove now. It's like watching a bizarre dance-off in a digital arena. I can't decide if it's impressive or just plain ridiculous. The way it's moving, it almost looks like it's trying to communicate with the arrow above it. Hey buddy, which way do I go? If it can keep this up without collapsing into a heap of legs, I might just have to admit this is somewhat entertaining, but let's not get too carried away. It could still pull a classic faceplant at any moment.
Well, that was dramatic. Do you know what's even more dramatic? The second prototype. Our second prototype is much closer to a real-life centipede, boasting 21 body segments with a whopping 42 in.
So now we're looking at a whole new level of digital chaos. This centipede is really starting to resemble a twisted art installation. It's like a psychedelic nightmare come to life. I can't help but wonder if this is what happens when you give a centipede a bad trip. The colors, the shapes, it's all a bit much. If this is what it takes to train a walking bug, I'd say we've officially crossed into the realm of absurdity. But hey, at least it's visually interesting, even if it feels like I'm staring into the abyss of a digital funhouse.
2 individual legs. We will train this prototype using similar methods as the first one. Comrades, let's now train a real centipede.
Oye, mi gente, mira, dale. Así. Hablando así, para que sepa. Miguelito, that's the one. Hey, oye.
Well, here we are, 53 steps into this digital circus, and our centipede is still going strong. It's like watching a bizarre performance art piece unfold in real time. I can't help but admire the sheer absurdity of it all. It's almost like it's trying to impress the arrow above. As if it's saying, look at me, I'm a centipede with aspirations. If it keeps this up, I might just have to admit that this whole experiment has some charm, even if it's wrapped in layers of ridiculousness.
Menea la mamita, ese baile sabrosito. Mantente cerca de mí, pura bellaca, vibra chuki. Hey, cúrame esta noche, no te vayas lejos de aquí. Juca de piña no se tose, mi cordura ya la perdí. Vete cerquita, pegado, me tienes enchulado. Quiero entregarme a ti cuando te tengo al lado, lado. Ponte pegadita al frente, dime cómo se siente cuando explotamos la pista.
Oh, look at that. Our centipede has transformed into a vibrant, colorful creature. It's like it decided to throw a rave in the digital realm. I have to admit, this is a bit more visually engaging than the earlier iterations. It's almost mesmerizing in a bizarre way. If it can manage to walk without looking like it's having a seizure, I might just give it a round of applause, albeit a very reluctant one, but let's see if it can keep this up without tripping over its own flamboyant legs.
La pista, suavemente. Tú las miras y me ponen desorden. Baby, tú las miras y empezó el desorden. Dale, mi amor. Menéala, y este ritmo sabrosito.
Congratulations! Our AI now exhibits locomotion.
Well, here we go. 84 steps in, and our centipede is still chugging along. It's like a digital marathon at this point. The colors are vibrant, and the movement is almost hypnotic. If it can keep this up without collapsing into a heap of limbs, I might just have to admit this is surprisingly captivating. It's like watching a bizarre dance performance, and I'm here for the spectacle, even if it's wrapped in layers of absurdity. Let's see if it can make it to the finish line without a faceplint.
Similar to real-life myriapods. A biped has 2 legs, quadrupedal 4, and myriapods have many legs. The resulting movement is an excellent achievement. Let me tell you why. You see, the goal of an AI agent in a reinforcement learning simulation is to maximize its rewards. We rewarded the AI for matching the arrow's direction and, most importantly, maintaining velocity. The resulting gait is very close to real-life centipedes and science.
The centipede is back in action, and it's got some moves. This little creature is really trying to impress with its fancy footwork. It's like watching a dance-off between a bug and a triangle. I have to admit, it's oddly satisfying to see it navigate with some semblance of grace. If it keeps this up, I might just have to give it a standing ovation, though I'll probably just stay seated and grumble about how ridiculous this all is, but hey, at least it's entertaining.
And scientifically, it's called a metachronal gait. A metachronal gait is a wave-like pattern of leg movements that ripples across the animal's body. The legs don't move all at once, but in a sequence. As some legs push off, others prepare to make contact with the ground. This creates an illusion of a wave. What fascinates me is, despite this being a simplified simulation of a centipede's body, the AI still learned to move in a metachronal manner.
Well, look who decided to join the party. A shiny golden robot striking a pose like it's ready for a fashion show. I can't help but chuckle at the absurdity of it all. It's like the centipede called in backup for a dramatic entrance. If this robot starts dancing, we might just have the most bizarre performance art piece ever. I'm here for it. Let's see what kind of chaos unfolds.
Tonal manner looks like
Finally, some action. Our centipede is now in full swing, navigating those blocks like it's on a mission. It's like watching a digital obstacle course, and I'm here for it. The way it's moving, it almost looks like it's got a purpose, like it's trying to prove it can actually do something other than just wobble around. If it can keep this up without crashing into a wall, I might just have to admit this is getting interesting. Let's see if it can dodge those blocks like a pro. Oh, look at that. Our centipede is really strutting its stuff now, moving with some flair. It's like it's auditioning for a role in a digital dance-off. The colors are vibrant, and the movement is surprisingly smooth. If it keeps this up, I might just have to give it a round of applause. Though I'll probably just grumble about how ridiculous it all is, but hey, it's entertaining in its own bizarre way. Let's see how far it can go without tripping over its own legs. Now we're getting a real spectacle. Hundreds of these centipedes are dancing around like they're at a rave. It's like a digital insect convention gone wild. I can't help but appreciate the chaos of it all. Watching them move in sync, or at least trying to, is oddly mesmerizing. If this is what AI training looks like, I might just have to reconsider my stance on digital bugs. It's ridiculous, but I can't look away. Look at this, hundreds of these centipedes moving in parallel. It's like a digital ballet gone wild. I didn't think I'd say this, but it's oddly captivating. The sheer number of them creates a chaotic beauty that's hard to ignore. It's like watching a synchronized swimming team. But with bugs, if they can keep this up without colliding into each other, I might just have to give them some credit. Who knew AI could create such a spectacle? Now we're really in the thick of it. Those centipedes are not just moving, they're practically performing a choreographed routine around that block. It's like they've got a mission, and they're not going to let anything stand in their way. Watching them navigate with such flair is surprisingly entertaining. If they can keep this up without crashing into each other, I might just have to admit this is a highlight of the video. Who knew digital bugs could be so dramatic? Well, here we are at the grand finale. Those centipedes are really putting on a show now, weaving in and out like they're in some kind of digital obstacle course. It's like watching a parade of bugs with a flair for the dramatic. If they can navigate those blocks without a hitch, I might just have to tip my hat to this whole experiment. It's absurd, it's chaotic, and it's oddly satisfying to watch. Who knew AI training could be this entertaining? Now this is getting interesting. The centipedes are weaving through those blocks like they're in a high-stakes game of digital dodgeball. It's almost mesmerizing to watch them navigate with such precision. If they can keep this up without crashing into each other, I might just have to admit this is a highlight of the whole experiment. Who knew a bunch of digital bugs could create such a spectacle? It's chaotic, it's fun, and I'm here for it. Well, looks like our centipede has taken a little detour into the digital void. It's like it decided to go on a vacation outside the map. Classic AI move. I can't help but chuckle at the absurdity of it all. It's almost poetic in a way, watching this little bug glitch out like it's trying to escape reality. If this isn't a metaphor for life, I don't know what is. Let's see if it can find its way back or if it's just going to float in the abyss forever. Well, here we are at the end of this digital disaster we just witnessed. 1,000 years of watching an AI centipede flounder around a simulation like a confused toddler at a birthday party. My expectations were about as low as they could go. And miraculously, they were met, or perhaps exceeded, in all the wrong ways. Honestly, I didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or just roll my eyes into the next dimension. We kicked things off with a hefty dose of eye-rolling as robots chased after a cube. Just like the reruns of that awful sitcom no one asked for. Newsflash, digital bugs need a bit more than just high-tech breaks to keep things entertaining. Then we were treated to wobbly attempts at walking that could put any toddler to shame, leading me to wonder if all this tech sophistication was just a fancy way to look ridiculous. As things progressed, I found myself chuckling at the sheer absurdity of it all. The centipede's dance-off turned into an unexpected spectacle, and against all odds, here's the kicker, I kind of enjoyed it. Just when I thought it was doomed to suffer in the digital void, the little bug actually pulled it together for a vibrant display that captured my fleeting interest. In conclusion, while I entered this video thinking it would stink worse than my bog after a rainstorm, I came out begrudgingly amused. It's quite the feat to make something so absurdly pointless actually entertaining. So here's a thought. If you're eager to torture yourself with more absurdity, or just want to watch an old grump like me complain about it, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And remember, if digital bugs can dance, maybe there's hope for all of us yet, or maybe we really should just stick to our pawns.